Welcome to the inaugural U.S. Marines NIBC Series weekend, and what a weekend it's been here in Cumberland, Maryland. Day 3 just about to get underway with Legacy Early College taking on Lumiere in what should be a spectacular showcase of high school basketball talent with ESPN national recruiting analyst Adam Finkelstein. Joe Torti here with you. And Adam, this matchup is going to be primo, and we'll be watching the backcourt battle specifically here.
We certainly will, and it's going to begin with Savon Sutton, who had a terrific outing last night, Friday night. He shot the ball really well, which is what he's known for, but he also showed his total floor game. You see the pull-ups there. I was impressed as much with his shot making as his overall feel for the game. He's got an ability to get to his spots. He's a good decision maker. Overall, just very impressive last night.
Countering Lalu will bring to the floor J.J. Starling, and Starling had a monster game yesterday.
Well, a top 30 prospect in the country who was committed to Notre Dame. He had recruitment from all the Blue Buds before he picked the Irish, and I tell you what, he is going to be an instant impact player for Mike Bray because he can shoot it, but he's also added a quality of dynamic playmaking to his game within the last year.
Certainly looking to factor largely into this one. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by the U.S. Marines. Starting on this Legacy side, so much has been on this starting five. The Lions play at a frenetic pace. They play as hard as anyone I've seen in a long time. Hasn't been a single possession in the last 48 hours where I've said to myself, geez, they're not competing right now. Cohen Carr, an explosive athlete to watch. On the flip side for Lalu, their starting five has done a great job of building big leads, and it starts with that backcourt here. Jeremy Fears and J.J. Starling, one of the best tandems in the country. Jeremy Fears, an ESPN 60, true, pure point guard who runs the show, competes with a very high IQ. Take the tip for Legacy against Keba Jai, who wins it. The Penn State commit gives Lalu possession on this. Here's Ryan Mabry for three. Bingo! And Lalu's on the board first.
Yeah, the shot maker, a specialist for Lumiere. A lot of talk about Akpara this weekend. He's played very well.
A steal for Hawkins. And now Sutton going coast to coast. The putback for Carr! Climbs the ladder and gets Legacy on the board with an exclamation point.
It was Jeremy Fears actually calling out Legacy's plays. It speaks to how good of a job Lalu does with their scouting reports. How about that weak side block for the point guard?
Going way up, and he comes from Fears. Returning the favor is Hall. Aaron Hall. Euro step all the way to the rim and in. Get the sense that might be Starling's spot. Ball's on the floor. Starling dives for it. Here comes Fears. It's a 3-on-1. Akpara to Mabry, and they finish. There's the extra pass. Jai keeping that one alive. Bounces to Mabry. Starling wants three and gets them.
So put this in perspective. Thursday night, Lalu gets here. J.J. Starling has 2 points. He gets it going early yesterday. He's got it all going right now, in large part due to his clutch shot making.
11-0 run here for Lalu. They'd like to see some of that shot making now to stop this run. Mabry feeds it inside, and Manning able to finish it off. Nice dish by Ryan Mabry.
Yeah, that's just
dish it off.
Pretty play, pretty finish. And you know, you see Taj Manning there. He's headed to Kansas State, really a jack of all trades.
3 straight days now.
And they just play so hard. So 3 games in 3 days is not easy, especially when you have a short rest on the third. Take into account every game they've played has gone down to the wire. And then, as you see Mabry drain yet another 3. And then the fact that they play as...
Mabry sees that one coming. Absorbs the contact. The putback for Starling, up and in.
Baseline out of bounds. Starling coming off a stagger in the corner. No lob needed.
Bingo from the corner, J.J. Starling. What a finish for his first quarter, and that of Lalu.
Intelligence.
And what a luxury for Starling to be able to take some time off here as well. And Lalu hasn't dropped off much as Fears reins it in from the corner.
He's making threes. It's a totally different game. That's the one.
He's narrowed down his list of schools to 8 as Akpara just takes it himself, 2-on-1. The other one not needed. First half for the Lions.
We talked about the fatigue factor.
Fears puts it up, and now the
run. Have quite enough credit. Pat Holmes, his right-hand man, Brian Tonino. What a job they do.
Yeah, their scout, we were watching them, and their shoot around as Holloway hits is really saying something.
It is, and again, I think fatigue is part, but the defensive intensity and execution with which this team is playing. But that's the play I'm talking about right there. 16 hours later, I mean, that is a tall task.
Holloway keeping it alive. Extra pass is picked off by Hawkins. Takes it in. Another challenge, and Carr snaps the streak.
You throw down some of the dunks we've seen this weekend, it's going to change the complexion of a game on a dime.
Holloway able to hit from beyond the arc. Idea that he could be a timeout causer.
I'm going to steal that.
There you go. Nominal fee. Cheney taking it in. Off the glass and in. Makes that tough shot. Now the full court press is on.
Think about this team. They're going to continue to fight. You can see the energy on the bench. They don't care what the score says right now. They're just going to keep working.
That was a good read. And a spin up. Carr went way upstairs. He got
consistently. Good D there.
Now Fears taking it up. Bobbled, leaves it inside for Starling, who flushes it down on the baseline. Legacy wanted an offensive foul. Now another turnover, 3-on-1. Cheney leaves it inside for Carr, who climbs the ladder and stuffs.
Perspective as well as a talent perspective, so it's really checking every major box.
Speaking of checking boxes, into the stat sheet there with a big block.
How many times have we seen Fears try and go to the opposite side of the rim?
Don't get hurt on that possession. Fears lays it off inside for Jai, and this time finishing through contact and one. Looked like he was trying to turn it over, but instead laid it in after getting knocked.
Well, I think Mabry was trying to skip it to Starling, but Fears said, no, I'm going to do something else here.
Yeah, that was an audible.
Watch this. Great extra pass.
Over this one, Lalu holding a big lead over Legacy. Hodges.
It's a hard hedge when you see Akara jump out and disrupt the ball handler's path. Good shot by Sutton.
So if he sees one go down, look out. There might be more on the horizon.
Has the ability to make them in bunches, but that's another guy who can make them in bunches, and Mabry has been making them.
Sutton with Starling on him.
Good
nice pass. And Hall gets it to go and one.
Terrific read. I talked about it earlier. His feel for the game, Sutton. He's got that size. Watch the way he strings out this pick and roll here and then slips that bounce pass into the big fella going to the rim.
That did not look like there was a whole lot of room to thread that one through.
No, you call that a pocket pass when you can drop the bounce pass in between the two defenders.
Hanging, not able to hit there is Hawkins. But the putback from Carr, no. Second effort, forces it up and in.
Well, they're conscious of time and score right now, which is why they're taking some air out of the ball, but
Cheney lays it in.
Front rimming some shots right now.
Backdoor lob for Carr! His legs are plenty fresh to go upstairs. This is just how high Carr gets on day 3 of this event.
Almost an exact replica of the half-court alley-oop we saw on that same rim last night.
Avery defending for Lalu. As Arnold eyes up a triple. Offensive follow, up and in for Hall. Neither team's been able to score here in the opening minutes. Nice take by Holloway, and the floater falls. Lalu's broken the press the same way on 3 straight possessions, just playing catch with Holloway and Starling. Starling on the take, all the way to the rim.
With authority. He celebrates his teammates' success. I mean, that is a mature mentality for this young man.
And as you watch his development into his senior year, it's poked away, and Holloway out in front of the pack on demand. Holloway lays it up and in.
Half-court game, when you're among those big bodies, the finishing package in traffic is going to be the next step, and the question that coaches may have as they continue to evaluate.
Shot for Hawkins. Splashes that one down. Looked like nothing was happening on that possession. Hawkins said, Carr looked like he was awaiting the lob. Holloway threw it ahead to himself and splashed that in. What a savvy move by the junior.
Right now.
Does seem that way. Hawkins slashes all the way in, and he's in. Fears leaves it inside for Mabry. Reverse layup.
Consistently shot it exceptionally well and shown enough versatility to keep defenders honest.
Jai throws down the lob.
Yeah, that third quarter proving to be just a blip on the radar, but what a weekend it has been for this team as they establish themselves as one of the best programs in the country.
Got options all over the court.
Chizamak Para, who's, as I said, high school basketball's version of Draymond Green, just the size, physicality, his ability to take it off the glass, start the break, make plays for himself and others.
Carr still fighting to the end here. Starling has his pocket picked. Sutton for three. Put back for Horton up and in. Keeping that one alive. And Starling, Adam, this has been another game for J.J. Starling, who you just get the sense that he's taking what's available.
Padding his own stats. Every game he's played, he could easily have 6 to 8 more points and dominant over the course of the last 24 hours.
The time all set to expire here as Lalu able to down Legacy by a 78-40. A pretty jam-packed weekend here for Lalu, but the Lakers party on here at Bob Kirk Arena. For my partner Adam Finkelstein, Joe Torty saying so long. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for high school basketball on ESPN.